With the bridge. Bridge.
This is Dawn. I propose her
Just now.
He's the only one that knows where the bridge over there. Just type in the corridor and damn building. Well, I used to have this used to pop right up. Stranger thing, there's a
I've got it on my phone, Vicki.
Vanessa said she looked at that too. Said they had a pond.
No. It seems to me like we worked on that road.
Yes, we did. We just want to take the bridge.
It had-
Let's go ahead and do the pledge and all that while
Just had been-
she's figuring that out. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the
United States of America,
to
to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Lisa. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you, Lord, for another day you gave us, God. We ask, Lord, that you just watch over us, Lord, and continue watching over the people out working, trying to restore the water, Lord. And we ask this in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Capitalize the J, Vicki, and Judge. I didn't know.
Ready to do a roll call? You got something
Eric Belfry,
Here.
Donnie Key,
here?
Tommy Fannin,
Here.
Brandon Evans,
Here.
Leroy Phipps,
Here.
Jimmy Gazette.
Here. All right. What's the final song of the masonry doors? All right. Yeah, we just saw what we. This is approval to pay masonry bills to Becky for the final settlement, and we need a motion to approve that. As you know, we went through this. We went to mediation, and we went from 140,000. We got it knocked down to 32.5, which Steve, our attorney, told us about last year. So we're just leaving out a motion to go ahead and approve to pay them, so we come and check.
Must be that one.
This one. Yeah, did it all. Interesting. All right, so that's all. Here's all.
That one's got too much gain on it or something.
All right.
I'll try to be called for the sake of it.
All right, let's try to speak up a little louder. Okay, moving along, so we right now entertain a motion for the approval of pay the masonry builders Kentucky in the final settlement. Make a motion that we pay masonry builders the final settlement money, $32,500.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor has been properly seconded, approval to pay masonry builders Kentucky their final settlement of $32,500. Any questions or discussion?
Or is this gonna come out of the PPP? Or what's that called?
Public properties.
Public
funds.
properties.
Yes.
funds,
It'll come out of that.
Okay.
So, any other questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. And same thing, payment to mediation of attorney. This is to pay Steve what we owe him.
And
And Landrum and
And-
Shouse for the
and-
mediation.
And the young shouts for mediation, so approval to pay Steve O'Connor $11,944.25, and then the Landon $1,455. That's for their services regarding the mediation.
I'll make a motion that we pay attorney Steve O'Connor $11,944.25 and Landrum and Shouse $1,455 for their services regarding masonry builders of Kentucky.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor has been properly second. Approval to pay attorney Steve O'Connor $11,944.25 and Landrum and Shouse LLP $1,455 for their services regarding mediation with masonry builders of Kentucky. Is there any questions or discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. I need to get that check cut in the morning. Get it out of here. All right, next up is Morgan County Search and Rescue has been awarded a SAR grant in the amount of $16,896.74. The award letter, as you can see, is attached over here. This is the annual grant that they get every year. We act as a pass-through, so. Entertain a motion to go ahead and approve that contract for the SAR Rescue and Fund Award.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract for the SAR Rescue and Fund Award of $16,896.74.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor, properly second for the approval of a contract for the SAR Rescue Grant fiscal year 25 aid fund award of $16,896.74. Questions, discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. All right, Sheila, you're up.
Number 7 is change to budgeted chart of accounts. We'll need to add 2 line items to the budgeted chart of accounts. Both of these are related to the public property settlement. The first one will be $81,502,532 for the public property settlement expense line item. The second one will be $81,502,532-001, which will be the expense line item for public properties attorney fees. We'll just need approval to add both of those line items to the chart of accounts.
I'll make a motion to approve the changes to the budgeted chart of accounts as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion on the floor has been properly second for the first reading of the budget amendment number 9 in the amount of $16,896. Am I on the right one?
Number 7.
I'm on the wrong one, sorry. Switched on. All right, approve the changes to budget chart of accounts as presented. All questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Budget transfers next.
Next up is number 8, budget transfers. This is budget transfer number 9 in the amount of $55,999.25. I have attached the form for you all there. We'll have 3 funds that will need attention. In the road fund, we need utilities, our gas will need $2,500 transferred in from the reserve. And the jail fund will need $7,600 transferred in from the reserve for their health and dental insurance. And the public properties funds, of course, is the settlement and attorney fees, and in those 2 amounts, $32,500 and the $13,399.25 for the settlement and attorney fees, which makes the total budget transfers $55,999.25. And if you have any questions, you can just let me know.
I'll make a motion to approve budget transfer number 9, the amount of $55,999.25 as presented.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor, properly second, approval of the budget transfer number 9 in the amount of $55,999.25 as presented. Questions, discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Moving along, budget amendment.
Okay, number 9 is budget amendment. This is the proposed budget amendment number 9 in the amount of $16,896.74 in reference to the 2025 STAR grant funds. We'll need to do an amendment to bring those anticipated funds into the budget and also do the appropriation to pay those out. I have also, we can pass around, these are actually the invoices for the equipment that they applied for the STAR grant, and y'all can look at those if you'd like to. But this amendment will just be the presentation and first reading for $16,896.74 for the 2025 STAR grant funds. This will be an anticipated budget amendment due to the fact that we have not received the funds yet, but we will be receiving those in. And that's why we want to go ahead and present the budget amendment to the court to get those put in for the grant funds. If you all have any questions on that, just let me know, and if not, that'll just be the presentation of the first reading, and I don't think we'll need a motion on that, so unless you all have any questions for me, we'll just acknowledge that in the minutes that we had the first reading.
Okay, moving along, abandoned mineland resolution. You remember last year, I went after AML funds for the transfer station. I did it again this year, transfer and recycling. So I think we got a better chance. We met with AML people. I think we might have a better chance this year. And last year things got a little political and money went in other ways. So this is a resolution to apply. Go ahead and apply for that again. And that's for the same location up there on the hill behind the garage.
I make a motion that we apply for the abandoned mine lands grant for the Morgan County waste and recycling project.
You got a second?
Yeah, leave it.
All right. Oh, we got a motion on the floor, it's been properly seconded. Approval to apply for the abandoned mine lands grant for the Morgan County waste and recycling project. Questions, discussion? There being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Some information I found out on that, it takes 3 years to get the money. But there's another $2 million grant that I've also applied for, and they help with getting things started. So, and then there's a $10,000 grant for planning and design. I've applied for that too through High Pressure Regional Commission. So that'll be coming forth later as well. So maybe that'll get us through the 3 years until they can give us the money if we get it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to revisit number 9.
Number 9?
I was just looking and reviewing the form here, and it does say that the first reading would need approved by the Morgan County Fiscal Court.
That's odd.
It says that, so I don't know, do you think we should just go, I mean, it wouldn't hurt, would it, Miles?
What's the question?
Just to do like a motion to approve the,
First reading.
first reading. Usually that doesn't require a budget amendment.
Budget amendment.
I was looking at the form here and I was just reading it and it says approved by the fiscal court. So-
If it's an ordinance, you just do the reading and you do it next time, even if you do have to make amendments to it.
Okay, so it
If it's
wouldn't
never been
require,
read before, then probably, just.
If this isn't an ordinance,
no, this is just an amendment
this is an amendment.
to the budget. Just to add in the SAR grant funds that was approved.
I mean, yeah, I think you're all right to do it now if it doesn't have to be an ordinance.
We'll have to have a second reading, of course. It'll come back.
Well, that's what I was saying before. If you do it now, then you can do it next time.
All right,
Okay.
so we're good.
So it's
Okay, so back to,
just want to make sure.
my favorite subject. Payment to HMC for services agreement. Approve, huh?
For the judicial center,
Judicial Center,
what it says.
can't get it there, can't come up. Yeah, approve, yeah, this is to pay the Judicial Center, which reimburses us for all this. That's, the Judicial Center has picked them to be their maintenance personnel, where we have to pay HMC and then they'll reimburse us for it.
How about do we have somebody different now? Or is it the same people?
No, they've always been.
They've always, HMC's always, they got all the Judicial Centers racked up.
Most of it.
You talking about the one over here?
Mm-hmm.
HMC.
Yeah, what's that stand for?
We used to have the very expensive ones and then we bid it and then we changed it, but that was years ago.
Yeah.
So this is that secondary people, right?
Yeah, the ones that we call in.
The local people?
No, they're out of, what, Lexington?
I think their main office is maybe in Louisville,
Well, yeah,
but they've
What,
got,
and what are they in charge of maintaining?
HVACs and,
HVAC, so
Yeah.
I thought you
the
were talking
boilers and all that.
no, it's HVACs,
Who chose them?
courts,
AOC.
AOC.
And they made you sign off on it?
Yeah, that's the way it is. I'm not a fan of this whole thing, where they make me sign off on
Are they
stuff.
giving us money for it?
Yeah, they reimburse us, so.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give somebody money for something, you're
I
allowed to
just
say
don't
kind of
understand.
who you
To
want.
me, I don't
As long
understand.
as they're giving us money for it, then they can.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
reimburse
Yeah,
us.
they reimburse us, but it seems like we're a middleman.
Yeah, don't
any
make
sense.
much sense.
Doesn't make a lot of sense at all.
Well, they wanted to build everybody new courthouses, but they wanted to have the strings attached to every one of those courthouses.
Mm.
But I'll be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this was a 3-year agreement too. It just, I've signed a lot of agreements, but
That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
3 years.
Quarterly agreement. Wow. You doing the math?
Oh, no.
I said, don't do that. I don't want to hear it.
No, I'm good.
Well, I entertain a motion for the approval of it, so we can pay them and get reimbursed for it.
Since we have no authority over it,
You know, make the motion?
So AOC, they reimburse every penny.
They reimburse every single thing. We're just the middleman.
All,
We're a
all
pass
the-
through.
everything that we do down there, we get reimbursed.
Every single thing. This is still a hard pill to swallow.
I don't know why, we're just a middleman. We don't
I know.
have any control.
And they tell us everything they want. We just buy it and then they pay us back. Waste of time.
I'll make a motion to, to pay HMC, $4,961 for judicial center, quarterly agreement.
I'll second it. We have a motion on the floor, it's been properly second. With for approval to pay HMC $4,961 for the Judicial Service Center quarterly agreement. Is there any questions or discussion? We don't want to go there.
Don't wanna go there.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. All right, approval for resolution to LGDF funds for multiple board and county projects. You should have a list in front of you. Did everybody get a copy of this? Oh, all right. Is it on the,
No, I don't think it's in the.
It's-
no, it's just the thing, yeah.
It's not on the,
All right, well, here's what it is. This is a letter we sent to Mrs. Johnson. First thing on here is $30,000 for kennel cages and a new HVAC unit and the roof replacement at the animal shelter. That's $30,000. Roads department, new HVAC and 2 ditchers and a chipper, $133,000. Food pantry, which Jimmy Puckett should have done. We have any questions for a 6x12 walk-in freezer, $25,000 is the quotes we got. Little League storage building, $35,000. Parks and recreation, lawnmowers, trimmers, side-by-side ATV, trailers, snowboarders, 14 equipment trailer, 14-foot equipment trailer, miscellaneous tools and equipment, $80,000. And then the granddaddy of them, splash pad grant match, $250,000. That's a total for all projects, $553,000.
What's the side-by-side for? Do we really need that?
Nathan, you want to know what the side-by-side's for?
Well, if you wanna know the truth, if you can see the grass outside, I need mowers, weed eaters, boys.
What's
Agreed.
the side for?
What's the side-by-side for, he's asking?
The plan was to put a snowplow on it to clean parking lots.
But we got them tractors up there with buckets on them. That work good.
I mean, my honest to goodness, I need mowers.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're more concerned
I
about
need
mowers.
mowers, weed eaters, leaf blower, chainsaw, pole saw. That's what I need.
Yeah.
You know, and weed eater twine and, new replacement weed eater heads, things of that nature.
gas
That's what I
cans,
need.
stuff like that.
I need-
Yeah, all that
which
little
I needed
miscellaneous
last
stuff.
week.
Don't we, Anthony, don't we have some trailers up there?
We got a box trailer.
Who,
box trailer.
we got a 16-foot trailer too, don't we? Who,
We used to haul pipe on.
oh, haul pipe on it?
We got it set on there. That's what we use it for.
Yeah, but you're not using it every day.
Say, he could use them trailers.
Yeah, it's more up than anything we got up there.
Look, guys, I'll tell you the truth. I work over half a day on stuff that's been sitting for 8 years, trying to get it to run, so I
Yeah.
go out here, clean up this county property. I mean, I'm just being honest with you.
Which I agree with you. This will be the big cost for the first year, but next year it won't be much.
And, you know, big thing is I would prefer be commercial grade mowers. They'll last
It'll last a
10
long
years,
Yeah, they'll last a lot
you
longer.
know what I mean? So, I mean, these little yard machines, whatever, it's not gonna last.
No,
I mean, these mowers just won't get run.
they won't last on your yard
No.
much more than a year.
I mean, if y'all got any questions, ask me, you can fire away,
So-
I'll ask them.
Hey.
Yeah.
hey Nathan, how many mowers do you think you're gonna need?
3,
3?
preferably like, John Deere mowers, the city's actually got a couple. 61-inch cut with the Sophie, rattle on the back up, 2 of those. And, the reason why I'm not saying 3 of those, because 3 of them will not fit on a 16-foot trailer. You can get one of them smaller ones, 48-inch cut, put in there, it will fit on a 16-foot trailer. So if I can, you know, if you can get 2 61-inch cut or 60-inch cut and a smaller one, I'll be set. And 4 weed eaters, I'll be set to go.
You already got a quote on it? all this stuff?
I just looked it up online, that's all I done, and each live bar will be, it could be like 11, 2, it goes from 10,000 to 14, it just depends on what extras you get, you know.
The reason I was asking, I mean, this money's quite a ways out, and by
I
the
think we
time,
can go ahead and start buying some of it now.
by the time if we
Get the
bid
money.
it out or if we bring it back and
Well, if we,
approve it and all that stuff, it's gonna be a while.
well, we don't, yeah, but unless it's over 30,000.
Well, it's forty the same, it's
That's-
forty to the same. It's
Well,
forty.
40,000.
I mean, it would,
But that, what does that say? If we take take that side by side out, that's like 24,000 right there.
if we, I mean, it's our due diligence to go with the best price, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
You can actually get quotes, if you don't bid, you can get like 3 quotes.
Yeah, that's fine.
And Mead's got a big sale going on right now, I'm not certain. Kiwanis has got a nice deal on 0 ton.
What's the deal with the Little League storage building?
That was something that came up last year, and they said they needed a new storage building.
I've got a picture.
Yeah, I think that's too much to put down in the.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't want putting that down on that floodplain. Ain't no way.
No,
And yeah.
That would have to go somewhere else. There ain't no way I'm gonna put that on the
they got a
floodplain.
building down there, don't they?
they've got a building down there.
How
The
much-
building's fine.
Is the building fine?
They went through it and actually got rid of the junk that was in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's
So you
nothing
think
wrong with the
they're
building.
good?
Now, they talked about wanting to build on to it. There's a little concrete pad wanting to build onto it.
That's what Johnson's talking to me about now.
Yeah, but
He
I'm
wants,
like,
he wants to take the current one and put it up there. That was from before Johnson. That was the guy before him.
but the problem is, you know, if we put stuff down there, someone's going to have to be responsible to get it out before it
Exactly.
floods.
It's,
I mean, you had that discussion.
it's gonna flood every time, about every year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
at
I
least
do
once
not-
a year.
if any equipment that we buy, we're keeping it all up at the roads department. I do not want nothing down there on this equipment.
Yeah, that way it's locked up, I mean,
Yeah.
in the fenced in.
Now, if they want to get that and put it up there, I could might go along with that, but I don't know.
That's too much for that kind of building for Little League.
That's a big building.
Yeah.
That's a very big.
That's a very big
I don't think they need it. I mean,
Tyler had, the Amish built him a 40, 60 barn for 22,000.
Yeah.
And they built it in 2 days.
Yeah, that's just,
Now, if we had somewhere up there that, you know, Nathan need to park this equipment in and all that stuff, you know, that's totally different.
Yeah, and I don't think it costs $35,000.
No.
no.
He's got a place where that Boston trailer, he'll be there, nothing on sand.
Who's going to do the maintenance on it?
The lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Most of them they do it right there in the shop.
Okay.
And whatever warranty covers, obviously, we take it to the dealership, or wherever we get it at, and make sure we don't avoid no warranties or nothing like that.
Gotcha.
Last year they done it all right there.
Yeah, we can do it right at the shop, the road part.
That, them trailers, they in good shape, got lights working, brakes and everything, tires good.
The box trailer. The other trailer installed.
They're not much.
Go and do what they do, come back, the next time they run again.
Yeah.
I think you got 2 or 3 places. About 2 or 3 places.
They run a long time. No tires be cheaper to buy than the trailer.
Oh,
Yeah, the tires for them trailers not very high.
No.
So, we're gonna cancel out the shelter, the Amish building, right? Take that off.
Take out the side by side.
Yeah, I already got that. I got the side by side trailers and the 2 trailers, I got that out.
What kind of HVAC are they gonna do up there to the road department?
It's already done.
Just getting reimbursed for it.
Yeah, getting reimbursed for it.
So, I mean, I didn't know what they was, kind of put in there.
You know what kind of, what
I
do
mean,
you
is
put
it-
in? Well, the
Your
HVAC, what
HVAC. Is
kind
it-
of HVAC did they put in up there?
You just, yeah, you just cool in the office, right?
Yeah, it's through the meeting office, so it's 4 room in the office and the break room.
And that was,
That one they put in, that's what it does.
I don't know if he was trying to cool the whole place or. Oh, no.
Yeah, I like to.
No. Don't give them any ideals.
Be glad just to have heat back there in the garage with you.
How much money have we got in there?
It's over $1 million. What is it? It's over $1 million. A little over $1 million.
One thing I'd like to see, and I don't, since we've cut it down some already, I'd like to see us put some money in there for the fire departments, at least pay their insurance and anything
That's
else
already,
that we
I
can
told
come up.
them today, we're gonna pay their insurance.
Yeah.
They just gotta give me their invoices. That's,
got-
we're waiting on the invoices.
Yeah, we've got some fire departments that are, that I know that they're suffering, and
Yeah,
They're all volunteers.
yeah.
Well,
Is that for the volunteers?
I mean-
For the-
but
talked with-
Frankfurt has kind of put the whammy on the fire departments because they have to purchase it in advance to present an invoice and cancel check. They will not.
See, and that's a problem. It's like,
Well,
Candy
you
Valley
know-
told me they couldn't
You
do
know
it.
why that is, right?
You know who?
We, Linda and I had talked about, possibly, seeing if we could get a quote on combining the fire departments, like they had said possibly. We're looking into it and seeing if you can all get on like one policy as together and make it be, you know, cheaper, where there'd be more, places. And, we're checking into that, right, Linda? Yeah, we just talked about it and we're looking on that. So it wouldn't be, of course, this time, but it could be for, what would it be, renewing it in July? So, this year, July.
and another thing,
We're gonna
we
get
had,
it with Michelle on
sorry.
that. I'm sorry, no, it's I'm done.
another thing, we told Sean whenever we done this last year
Mhm.
and bought the corner vehicle, that we'd come back, try to get one with lower mileage.
Yeah.
And I know that they've asked for one, and now would be a good time to add that in there, get
Okay.
him one with lower mileage, and give that one
To
to
Robbie.
Robbie or
Yeah,
to Sammy or one of
So
them.
we can, soon I had a corner vehicle.
Get,
What kind how much money you looking to spend?
I don't know,
I
30.
don't know, they looked at one that,
See, I can't change that.
yeah, she can't change
We'd have
this.
to just cancel
Well-
that all out and start all over.
Yeah, we can't change it, so we'll have to change that.
You don't have to spend what's on there, but you can't add anything new because it's already been submitted.
All right,
But we can do a new project.
let's do a new project for the coroner's vehicle and
Yes.
for the, fire departments.
Sounds good.
All
Well,
right,
let me check about, you want me to check about the insurance?
yeah,
Well,
oh yeah, the other
yeah,
thing was
like
that,
to do a bulk policy,
Yeah.
that way, if there's more departments, and then it'd probably be, hopefully be cheaper, and then that way it would already be in there and go through the county, instead of having your own, each individual policy like we had talked about. And then maybe they could combine it, cause everybody has KCO, but they're all independently, each one. If you combined it and make it into one, everyone hopefully would be a little cheaper maybe.
who,
I mean, we can check and see, it'd be worth a shot to
who
do
was
that.
it down there at that conference told us that that's what they do? They
Uh,
pay it and then, you know.
was it Round?
Yeah, it's around.
Round County?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Round
they
County,
do that.
I think so, yeah.
That'd
So
be
we're
easy
gonna
to
check
do.
with Michelle, and I think renewal would be in July, right? So maybe hopefully get
If it all
everybody,
worked out,
well, get
Get
all
everybody on the
the,
same insurance plan, and then just pay it on
yeah,
black.
get all the
Physical court.
departments together, have a meeting with all the fire departments, and then, cause they would have your all's policies anyway, right, with the fire departments? So they would probably know how you're all covered.
What about the city?
They got a tax,
I know,
and they get money,
right.
so I just,
You just just do the counties.
that's what I
Because the
think.
cities,
Because I
the
mean,
cities really,
yeah, because I mean, they're getting,
they've got.
they're buying new trucks
Well,
and,
they've got the building and all that too, but
Yeah.
it's on their insurance.
yes,
So just do county.
that's what I think.
Yeah, I think
And that's
it's,
five.
yeah, unless the
Five
city,
fire
unless the city
departments.
wants to give the county a bunch of money.
Yeah, they wouldn't even, you know, when somebody else did the truck,
They wouldn't even
They wouldn't
use it,
even-
would
no, they wouldn't use the one.
they? Without charging it.
So we'll do
I'm
county.
serious, I'm serious.
We'll call.
All right, so this, do we leave it at, do we just leave it as it is and keep this,
You
or
can leave that as it is. You do not have to.
spend the money?
No.
So to keep that from going backwards, we just won't spend the money on. That way we can keep the paperwork in there, but we just won't spend the money.
Yeah, and the money won't ever come out of the.
Yeah, it won't come out,
fund. It'll
because we
just-
have to give them a canceled check and everything for it, so.
Yeah.
We'll just go,
It
we'll just leave
just-
that other
it just
stuff off
stays
of it.
in our fund.
Yeah, we'll stay in the fund, that way then we can turn around and do the new project and set that up for the coroner's vehicle and fire insurance. So that's not a plan?
Anything else you wanna put on that, new one?
Well, somebody came in today, was asking about a batting cage.
It would do you all good to go to Wolf County and see their new,
Batting cage?
their new complex that the school's done. It is absolutely amazing.
Really?
They've got turf baseball, turf softball fields. And I don't know what the big building they've got, but I'm guessing it's practice, it's batting cage and that sort of deal. But it is amazing. If we had somewhere up out of the flood zone
Like the
plain,
property next to the wellness
What
center?
about, hey, Tim?
that would be great to have all of it.
What about-
That's
somewhere.
That's a nice place over
Oh, it's
I
beautiful.
can't.
It's behind Campton Elementary. It is, it's amazing.
Is it
outside?
Mhm. Well, they have one big building. I'm guessing that's what it is because it's a pretty long building. But, they're building a new track. They have a soccer field up there also. It's amazing.
money on that right there to do it.
So what was it?
I said we could save enough money on some of this stuff we're cutting to take care of this back here.
No, yeah, take care of that back there. And then we also applied for the USDA grant too. I was looking into that today, so apply for that to take care of this back in the back.
Okay. The walk-in freezer down there, the pantry. Yeah.
Come on up. You're the next contestant.
Well, my name's Jim Puckett, and my title is it's really Christ Pantry of Morgan County is what the official title is. And I'm assistant over what my title is. Jennifer's the director. But anyway, the reason we need a freezer to cooler this, City Hall, under City Hall, Civic Club's got a freezer down there, you know, struggle, but they let us borrow it up. We got a full of ice cream right now. Everything we got in our pantry is more or less donated to people to replace their old appliances. They're hit or miss, you know, so. And Sarah Panda lives in her cooler or whatever, we got 139 gallon of milk from the dollar store one time. We get that, we just don't really have a place to put it because we don't give out till Monday. And we get the dollar stores on Mondays and Thursdays, so we gotta carry that over. We go to Walmart Friday and Monday, so we gotta store it, you know, so. And we're doing 350 to 400 people every Monday, 50 or 60 pound boxes.
And 6x12 is gonna be big enough, right?
Pardon?
6x12 will be big enough?
I think so. We really need a cooler and a freezer.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking up prices on
And
this
we've
stuff.
got a couple where God Pantry is like, loan them to us if we ever go out there to take them back, you know. But, we really need them.
Okay, is that for everybody? That pantry, is it for everybody or is it, some people, they told me that they've got turned down?
Well, it's a family of two. They're, God Pantry regulated by 185% of the population, which is, family of two is $39,000 a year, you know. And they might be people that's been turned down because of the income. I mean, we're regulated on what's called TPAP, which is like a license, you know, and we give those out too. But I mean, as far as, I think the income per liberal,
It's all based on income. Any other questions?
Yeah, I've got one. Anthony. There's two ditchers on there. Can we get by with one?
Yeah.
But I mean, time y'all go out with a grader, flag for it and all that, and that ditcher, you're pretty well tied up, ain't you?
Yeah.
You crew
How's the ditchers work?
on a tractor.
Is it the one that blows up on the hill?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the guy used over the road woods, the one out, hooked out there or put on there until it's on there. That's a 26-inch wheel. So you're looking at a height, you're looking at 13 inches on the ditch, and most of our pipes, you know, keep everything up above. People should go below our pipes anyways. And that there is, you know, the big industrial, it's got the 8-meter blade to cut the length on its own blades. And like I said, that one over in the root woods, that guy, that's kind of what turned us on to this. And then that, what was it there? I mean, Sandy Hook, was that Leroy Tommy coming about?
Yeah, that's.
The state,
that's it.
over
Picture of the
Elliott
state.
County
Yeah, they,
uses one.
Yeah,
Yes.
this here is the one that, it all sets and stuff way up on the back. So I mean, it will be nothing to our jaw and track, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason I looked at that particular one. Because the others just sit right there and ignore the tractor drawer you did. But the other, that there is, I think, what, 33.9 or 34.9 or something like that.
I mean, if we could use both, every road in the county needs it, but,
Yeah, every road.
but with one, y'all be tied up
Yeah.
with a grader than that one.
but they'd have to clean the ditches out, get the trees and stuff out of them first, won't you?
That's good. Yours gotta come
That's
first.
what I say, we
Yeah,
ain't got enough people, you know, to run to another.
yeah,
Our uses
that's right. I
You
mean,
know,
Do we need to look at our manpower and see if we need to maybe hire some seasonal people?
well, I mean, some seasonal will be nice, you know, in long season, and then during
can,
snow.
Plus the prisoners can work too.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah, the
wondering,
inmates
just
can work
let
too.
them, if they can go through, just get everything out of the
One of the
ditches.
things, well, one of the things we did, him and Anthony are both trained, so they're already certified.
We done that because we did have these one of these storms, and we had to go, we could take two, not take two, split up. What do we need to do, and that still frees up, have to send the extra man or two with us, and that's the whole reason we done that.
Those our ditches don't get poured shortly. We ain't
That's-
gonna have no roads.
That's the biggest problem we got.
Every ditch in the county,
Yes,
they're bad.
every ditch in the county needs, I know it, and now, most of the stuff, the reason we got issues right now, which this is a once in a lifetime storm, this is, you know what I'm saying, at the back. And then
There's storms over
and other stuff, lane, and everything else washing in, of course, we have the ice on the floor and all that washed out. It's applicable, but now, regardless, you're gonna have that, no matter what you do or what you don't do.
You ain't gonna stop it from happening.
No,
You can cut it down some.
now, there's some people in the county that thinks we short of our stuff.
What about
I
the
appreciate
chipper?
them when they think of the thoughts.
Yeah, what about the chipper?
Wood chipper, that was discussed as far as, I think we talked about the FEMA approved,
Yeah, FEMA,
deal.
FEMA might actually reimburse us for that through mitigation.
I mean, where's it gonna, are you pulling it behind as you go? And
What
that,
I looked up, is a Vermeer, it's like what the UNC uses and everything, it's a diesel, the engine on it, the gasoline was like 10,000 cheaper. But the guy told me right up front, he said, no, he said, you can buy the gasoline, but he said, you're ever gonna resell it, he said, you're gonna be stuck up in the back. He said, these are ones what I recommend, and I think it does 14-inch loads. And, what the plan was, we talked about on that, was we go around and, come up to the trees, turn the boulders on the hill, blow chips in, or at that time, I think the FEMA was wanting to do it, that's when we had that pile on top of the hill.
That's when we had that pile up on top of the hill.
And, there's one, you know, we're gonna try to go around and take it through, instead of having all this real where all we had, you know, over the southern line.
Hey.
And, but that's, you know, you can either buy the chipper or we can haul it, burn it.
Yeah, we can buy it and we can still put it into that mitigation grant and see what happens. I mean, all they can do is say no. And I submitted some paperwork already, just a justification.
that was out somewhere, okay, you got actually said, don't be chipper.
Hey, what's the cost of that chipper? You have a cost?
65, I ain't got the paperwork, I ain't got the paperwork. Was it 65 or 85? I can't remember. It was one of the two.
Yeah, they're expensive.
That's not what it's thought.
Can we not rent one? If we need one, can we not rent it? I mean, we buy a chipper, it's, you know, we're gonna use it one time and it's gonna sit up there for, I mean, who knows how long? Huh?
Lease,
At least.
just go ahead and lease it during the storm. That's a good idea.
I just don't know that
Yeah.
we need to spend 65 or 75, 85.
Find out if we can lease one or, you know, the details on it.
Or,
Most places do lease stuff.
and it might just be easier just to pile, truck and
Take it
haul
somewhere
it and
and
burn
chip.
it. Or
Yeah.
take it somewhere and, I mean,
Or if you burn it, then you get into that EPA stuff, big boy. You know where they like to do that at?
So you think y'all be all right, just one ditcher with the manpower stuff?
I'll be happy wherever y'all get.
Well,
I mean, if we had another one with the mowing stuff, you'd have to have another tractor too.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tie both tractors that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to have one to see if it works.
Well, I mean,
Make sure everything's gonna go well, we think it's. gonna
if it
go
works
well.
good, we could review it again later on.
Yeah, we could.
Maybe get another one
Go back and see what happens.
especially if we don't get a chipper.
and see what,
So move the chipper to lease. I love leases. Love me some leases. All right. Anything else? Any other questions?
That thing, they got a foot on it to keep it from going down.
yes.
so far.
I was gonna say, that's all we need, just water right now.
What about the HVAC at the animal shelter? Is
That's
that,
already been replaced too.
okay. Was that for where the dogs are, where the dogs stay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to do that immediately. Because of the dogs.
And the roof being replaced, is that on which building is that?
That's
Second one.
the second building was out front.
So
we want to expand after that so we can get more kennels and
And store their food.
store the food. And all that.
And now,
Cause they got no room over there for anything right now.
Yeah.
And dogs are increasing more and more. There's 19 right now. 5 at the prison.
So is it maybe trying to plan on moving some dogs over into that other building then, eventually?
Eventually. 2 dogs.
I mean, it's nice. It's a block building. I mean,
Yeah, this is got to be a roof on it and clean it up on the inside.
Yeah.
And it'll be decent to, especially for hound dogs and stuff like that, but you don't need to get them adjusted to HVAC anyway. Okay, so going back down this again, animal shelter, kennel cages, new HVAC unit and roof replaced for $30,000. We haven't touched that. Roads department, new HVAC, 1 ditcher, and lease the chipper. Food pantry, we good with that?
Is it a good thing or a bad thing you're not asking any questions?
Are you okay?
Is that 25,000, does that just cover the freezer alone?
Well,
That's
probably get a freezer and a cooler.
Well, remember, you're gonna have to have electrical ran to it, because those things probably be 3-phase, and hopefully you got
We
3-phase
had
plugs.
some run, but guy volunteered his time, but probably not. And we can really take some of our older stuff out, which is things that is hit or miss. Want to take a chance on losing. We have got like 800 pounds of meat from Walmart, we won't want to lose that,
Okay, so, and if you all shut down or quit, does it come back to the county like you said those other freezers do?
Do I? Oh, yes.
Okay,
If you want it on loan, we'll be happy to take it that way.
yeah, we might use it on something.
I don't look for it to shut down unless something bad happens.
Well, I mean, I know you had mentioned it, that some of the others wanted it like that.
Right.
all right. So we're good with the freezer as is.
Yeah.
All right. The storage building for Little League is out. Parks and Recreation, we're getting the lawnmowers, the trimmers, the side by side is out. The trailers are out, snow blowers, and miscellaneous tools and equipment, that's all in. Splash pad, of course, it's $250,000 we're committed to already, so.
and then the trailer up, did you take that out?
Yeah, took the trailers up too, crossed them out. So we'll leave this as is, and we just won't spend the other money. And that all has to come from you guys.
Not yet.
It'll just stay.
Yeah, it'll still stay there.
still have to do a resolution. Is this, or,
This is
Yeah.
the resolution. This is the resolution.
Okay.
So,
And you can also amend if you wanna do something else later.
Yeah,
Once
we
the
can amend it.
project is all in place, you can amend it, so if you wanted to do these other things, you might amend it and get those without doing a new project.
so
what about the mowers? Cause I know he's gonna have to have,
He's gonna
so it's
throw this
gonna
out.
take. Get
They're-
there, like you said.
They're behind right now.
Yeah, we can't stop the grass from growing.
I mean,
Somebody make a motion?
It's gonna be, we'll take a 2-hour job, it's gonna be a 6-hour job, because we're gonna have to rake it and
Yeah.
and bag it up, make it look decent.
Can we go ahead,
we can go and get the mower.
can we go ahead and pay for it out of the,
We can go ahead and pay for it and then it can be reimbursed, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and pay for it. And reimburse it.
Okay.
Get more instead of say first next week, is that what y'all trying to get?
As long
Yeah,
as,
that's
as
what we're
long
trying
as
to get
it
to.
don't go over 40,000 to one
Vendor.
vendor, we won't have to bid it. But if it was to be
Oh,
over
is it
40,000, yeah, it
To
can't
one
go, we
vendor.
have to go procurement if it's,
Okay. You might get what they say.
it just can't go
Is
over
it
40,000.
40 now?
You could even
That's
buy-
41.
Yeah,
So it went up.
40,000.
Oh, it went
It
up
used to be 30.
oh, I think I did.
Well, use it the same way we did.
I didn't know.
I tried, I think I tried.
Otherwise, we're
That's
just gonna
right.
move it, we're gonna move it up
It's
to 48.
40,000.
I'll try to go to the same place, because I'm sure if ever, if I wanted to get everything from the same place, you'd probably get a better deal.
You'll get a better deal.
So,
You can get a few quotes from other places, maybe
There's a
do
lot
some
of
price
sales right now,
comparison at a few
Yeah.
places.
If, like, what was you looking at? John Deere stuff? Meade or Bridgeport, either one, they've got a bunch of
Mead's
stores. They might have them at a different store and bring them to one place.
Mead's got a big sale going on right now. All right, so I guess the
You won't take long
motion.
with John Deere stuff.
Huh?
You won't take long to spend 40,000
No.
with John Deere stuff.
No, that green paint's hot.
Yep.
So entertain a motion for approval of the resolution, but add with the addition, with the, yes, add that on,
With amendments.
with amendments.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution for the co-severance, multiple Morgan County projects, with the amendments that have been, stated. Yeah.
I'll say,
Oh, Eric got it.
All right, we have a motion on the floor, it's been properly second. Approval of resolution for LGEDF funds for multiple Morgan County projects with the amendments that were stated during the meeting, which consists of, leaving out taking off one ditcher, leasing a chipper instead of buying it here, taking out the storage building, and removing both trailers and the side-by-side, and, that's it. Those are the amendments. Questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. All right, yeah, closed session now.
I'll make a motion, we go into closed session, to discuss, real estate.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor, it's properly seconded, to go into closed session to discuss real estate. All in favor? Opposed?
trade.
say it's a fair trade. I
They
don't
traded
know.
Kentucky for Greenland. Y'all gotta learn Danish now. Alright. Well, alright, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion on the floor has been properly second to adjourn. All in favor?
Uh,
Opposed? Motion carries.